slowly pan frying the sausage, the Jimmy Dean sausage, chopped up onion. I've added a little bit of chicken base to it. Then after it fries down a little bit more, I add the allspice to it, adding about 4 tablespoons of powdered allspice. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes. I've been breaking it up into small little chunks, and I just drained quite a bit of fat out of the skillet. This is 3 pounds of Jimmy Dean sausage, 2 chopped onions, very small, 4 tablespoons of allspice, 2 tablespoons of Boyd's chicken stock. And the next step, either to refrigerate it overnight, or I divide it into 2 amounts, freeze half of it. Then I can make 2 batches. And done. You either freeze half of it or you refrigerate it. Grandma Elsa said, best to do it the day ahead. The flavors are better the next day. Divided 5 pounds of potatoes in half, because if you do 5 pounds, it makes a lot of potatoes. Peeling 2.5 pounds of potatoes. Starting to boil water. Potatoes are about done. They've been cooking 20 minutes-ish, maybe. And pierce them with a fork to see if they're done. This one feels like it's done, so it goes over there. Step is to rice the potatoes. This is Grandma Elsa's ricer. Works much better than the new ricer I purchased. But we use what we can. I will use the one Grandma Elsa's. So I put 1 potato, oops, fell apart. 1 potato into the ricer. Then you rice the potatoes.
Oh, that looks kind of like rice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's squishy.
Okay, now you gotta try the new guy.
Let me try this one.
Yeah, and it doesn't have too much coming up the sides.
See, mine
So
gets
maybe
that
you're
full.
just stronger if they were too big.
Oh, that whole potato went pretty easily.
I think because these are cooked more. Sliced all the potatoes into a large bowl. Now that this is an Elsa hint, they have to come to room temperature. So it might take half an hour, an hour. After you rice the potatoes, save the water. While the potatoes are coming back to room temperature, measure out 3 cups of flour approximately in a bowl. Then you have to have 5 egg yolks and 2 egg whites. So basically 2 eggs get cracked into a little dish. 1 egg. 2 eggs. Don't know why to do it this way, but this is the way the recipe says to do it. And then you have 5 egg yolks, and then you have 2 egg whites. So then you have to separate an egg and put yolks in. While the potatoes are cooling, get the flour ready. Get the egg yolks separated and in a little dish. Find the meat that we cooked up the day before or what's been in the freezer. Find that. I usually microwave it to warm it. And get a jelly roll pan ready. Put foil on it. Cool, the rice potatoes have cooled down enough, I think. Then you have to make the dough. And this is the egg mixture. Kind of put that in. Add some, this is 1/3 of a cup. Add about a cup of flour. Then you lightly stir this together until it becomes a dough. She says add more of the Boyd's chicken-based stuff. Keep adding enough flour until it starts to hold its shape. This was 3 cups and I'm down to about 2 cups. Then you put it out on a cutting board, a floured cutting board. Take the dough and kind of break it into pieces about the size of an egg. Roll it in a little bit of flour. And the next step is probably to clean your hands off again, but now I guess it's the fun part. You take the little egg, the dough that's you divided it to about size of an egg, and you kind of squeeze it out, squeeze it out, squeeze it out. Size of a hockey puck, maybe. You might have to sometimes put a little bit more flour on. You have your meat, you've nuked it in the microwave. Put about, a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons in. And then you attempt, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't work, to close them up. Seal those little puppies. And these don't seem to be sealing. Both sides. Then I put them in flour. And then we've got a Krupp. I even got Al into this. I think I'm filming this. Yep. And put it in your left hand. Put the meat in. Well, that might be a lot. But we'll see. He's the Swede. I'm not the Swede. Then he's closing it. Closing it. Good job. Then pat it the other side.
Have been handed down. I mean, it's in my genetics to be able to,
His first,
to do
Eric's
this.
first Kroppkakor. How about that?
That looks beautiful. All right, I want to try one now.
Okay.
Yeah, I started trying to cram a little bit more in there as well. It becomes a bit tricky getting it to seal up.
Yeah, and then some places my dough is pretty thin, and then the meat pokes through.
While you're making the first Krupps, you bring the kettle back to a rolling boil. Then you've made about 8 or 9 of them, depends how big your pan is. And then you gently drop them into the rolling water. like a dumpling. I was told to cook them 20 minutes, but I don't cook them that long. They're like a dumpling, and when they come to the top of the water, they're done. They've been boiling about 10-15 minutes, but see how they've come to the top of the water? And then you use some kind of a tool. This was from Grandma Elsa. And then you put them on the baking sheet with foil. You let them cool. Not really cool. You let them cool off enough, and you turn them once. Other in the
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, otherwise there wouldn't be room to turn them probably.
okay,
We'll bring this one over.
so okay, let me see them. Honestly, a nice old big electric skillet would be worth.
We'll put another one in there too.
Sure. Alright, that's gonna be enough for this one.
Okay. The pro, how to turn them. These are big guys. Oh,
Wow.
yay! Hey, she still got it. Great, great. We make her work for dinner.
That's right. We make her work for dinner. How do they look?